If you've watched any of my social media or seen my website or heard me speak, you've undoubtedly heard me say the words, awaken your potential. But what I want to talk about today is what I mean when I use the words, awaken your potential. In your life, you've undoubtedly had someone tell you that you are not living up to your potential, or that they can see your potential and you're not fulfilling it. Or maybe they've just said you need to live up to your potential. Well, I've got problems with several of those things. And that's what I want to talk about. Number one, if someone tells you they can see your potential, they're lying to you and they're lying to themselves. Maybe good intentioned, but they're not being honest. And that's because they just don't know. You see, when you tell someone what their potential is, or tell someone you know their potential, whatever it is you think you know, you're putting limits on that person. You're basically telling that person that this is what they're capable of, and that's it, when that is not the truth. The other problem I have is when I hear the words, see your potential, or know your potential, and you're just not living up to it. The big problem there is you're putting limits on yourself again. And here's what I mean. Whenever you accomplish something, you start to realize what you're capable of. And when you accomplish more, you start to realize more of what you're capable of, to the point to where you stop seeing limits on your capabilities. For example, how many times have you known that one thing you need to do to get started on that one thing that you need to do, but you don't necessarily think you can accomplish it, but yet you know you can do that one thing to get yourself started. If you do that one thing, you notice something, you realize, oh yeah, I can accomplish this. I can do this. And then you see the next one thing that you need to do to move forward to accomplish that thing. And you realize, yes, I can do that. And then you start to realize, oh, maybe I can accomplish this. And you keep moving forward and you keep seeing gains until you start to realize, yes, this is something I can do. For example, I know that I'll probably never be a triathlete. Probably very accurate. The good news is I'm not trying to become a triathlete, but I can tell you this, started working out heavily about a year ago. Started laying the foundation for a lot of work that I'm doing now. And 6 months ago, when I really started diving in hard, I had no idea that I was capable of doing the things I'm doing now. But as I started seeing gains, I started realizing that yes, I'm capable. And I never thought that 6 months ago that I could do the things that I'm doing right now. But what changed everything for me was when I realized that what I thought I could not accomplish, I could. Which led to me realizing that any limits I think I have physically are ones that I'm going to be putting on myself. Which means they are lies I'm telling myself about what I'm capable of. And I tell you that because I know we all have something that we're trying to accomplish. We all have mission, we all have purpose, we all have passion, we all have people we love. And there are areas in those things that we need to take steps and move forward in. And I want you to know that when you do that one thing, and I know you've heard me say this 100 times already, you do that one thing and you realize, oh yeah, I'm capable of that. And then you understand what the next thing is and you do that and you realize, oh yeah, I'm capable of that. And then you start to see that the limits that you thought you had were ones that you put on yourself or some other good intentioned person put on you trying to encourage you. So what I mean, when I say awaken your potential, to wrap this up, when you start to see that the limits you have are limits you put on yourself, when you start to see what you are capable of, when you're willing to put in the time, when you're willing to say, you know what, I'm going to spend 6 months figuring this out. I'm going to put 6 months into working out this relationship. Or I'm going to put 6 months into figuring out how to move forward on my mission in this life. You'll start to see it may hurt. It may be a long 6 months. It might be painful. There might be tears involved. But 6 months later, you'll start to realize, oh yeah, I can do this. This is something within my capabilities. And that's not all there is to awakening your potential. See, when you finally awaken your potential, you realize that the limits are off. And that when you're willing to put in the work, when you're willing to learn, when you're willing to give it effort in the long term, you start to awaken to what you're capable of. You start to awaken to your potential, which you'll find out is limitless. So I encourage you today, do the one thing. Do the thing that you think you need to do to start moving forward. Whether it's your purpose in life, whether it's working on relationships, whether it's your personal wellness, do the thing. Make progress. Start to realize that the limits you put on yourself are all lies and you are capable.